Something critical is unfolding inside Music Bank voting right now, and most people are overlooking it. This isn't just another weekly ranking or a simple popularity contest. It's a live indicator of global fan power, and SB19 is positioned right at the center of it. The numbers coming in aren't random. They reflect real behavior patterns the industry actively observes. In this video, we break down the latest voting updates, explain what those numbers truly represent, and, before the end, show you exactly how to vote for SB19 step-by-step the correct way. Music Bank is often underestimated, but behind the scenes, it functions as a behavioral measurement system. It doesn't merely rank songs, it evaluates how organized a fandom is, how far its reach extends across borders, and whether support can be sustained over time rather than peaking once and disappearing. In an industry dominated by short-lived virality, consistency has become the most valuable currency. This is why Music Bank data still matters to producers, broadcasters, and tour planners. Reliable participation signals long-term value. It shows which artists can mobilize real people repeatedly, not just generate temporary noise. SB19 stands out here because their presence is not supported by Korea's Big Four labels or domestic broadcast advantages. What drives their performance is coordinated, global fan participation, deliberate, repeated, and measurable. Right now, SB19's position reflects stability rather than hype. Instead of sharp spikes that fade within hours, their numbers show steady daily engagement. Music Bank doesn't reward chaos, it rewards consistency. Votes are distributed evenly across the voting window, which signals organized support rather than impulsive activity. That pattern is visible in the data, and it matters. Voting mechanics play a crucial role. Votes must be submitted daily through official platforms with account verification. Global fans are eligible, but only correctly submitted votes are counted. Accuracy is just as important as effort. One valid vote carries more impact than multiple invalid attempts. SB19's current standing is not fixed. It responds directly to ongoing participation, making this window active and decisive. What's happening now isn't driven by mass spamming or inflated traffic. SB19's numbers are built through process, verified accounts, proper submission, and daily repetition. Music Bank has shifted away from raw volume metrics and now prioritizes authenticated, consistent participation. Bots, duplicates, and artificial traffic hold far less influence than before. This shift benefits SB19. Their fandom has always been grounded in real supporters rather than artificial amplification. As a result, fewer votes are wasted and efficiency per participant is higher. While some groups struggle under stricter systems, SB19 thrives because their supporters already operate with discipline and accountability. Most artists competing on Music Bank enter with structural advantages: domestic exposure, broadcast familiarity, and legacy media support. SB19 enters without any of that. Every point they earn comes directly from fan action. That makes each vote more meaningful and their presence more visible. When an artist without built-in preference remains competitive, it sends a stronger signal than rankings alone ever could. Global fans are the equalizer. SB19's reach across regions, time zones, and platforms is not a bonus, it's their foundation. Their performance reflects intentional participation despite barriers, not convenience. In a system designed to filter noise and reward real engagement, that kind of support becomes impossible to ignore. A strong Music Bank finish extends far beyond a single broadcast. Rankings influence media narratives, recommendation algorithms, and future opportunities. Consistent voting momentum increases visibility, pushes content further, and introduces SB19 to new audiences organically. This is how growth becomes structural rather than accidental, and why this moment matters more than it appears. Beyond rankings, Music Bank voting carries real booking leverage. Promoters, festival organizers, and potential collaborators closely watch measurable fan response. Strong finishes, even without a win, signal reliability. They demonstrate an artist's ability to mobilize support repeatedly, reducing risk for organizers and partners. In this context, performance matters more than trophies. Even if SB19 doesn't secure the top position, perception still shifts. The difference lies in scale. Voting determines how powerful that shift becomes, how loud the signal is, and how far it travels. This is why participation matters, not because a win defines value, but because voting defines impact. And in today's industry, impact is what opens doors. One of the biggest misconceptions in fan voting is believing enthusiasm alone is enough. In reality, small mistakes can quietly erase impact, no matter how strong the intention. The most common error is using unverified accounts. Music Bank filters incomplete or suspicious activity, meaning votes from unverified users may never be counted. Timing is another critical factor. Voting windows are strict. Votes submitted too early or too late don't add weight, they add nothing. Many fans assume their action counts simply because they clicked, but structured systems like Music Bank operate on precision, not assumptions. There's also the one-time voting mindset. Some fans vote once and consider their part done. However, Music Bank prioritizes consistent daily participation. One correct vote helps, but repeated correct votes create momentum. Consistency transforms individual effort into collective influence. Technical issues can also quietly block impact. Outdated app versions may glitch, fail to register votes, or restrict access to voting sections entirely. These details matter more than most people realize, and ignoring them costs results. This is why accuracy beats enthusiasm. A calm, correct vote contributes more than rushed mistakes. When fans understand the system and work within it, their impact multiplies. SB19's strength comes from disciplined supporters who vote correctly, not recklessly, and that discipline keeps their numbers competitive. Music Bank doesn't reward last-minute urgency. It rewards early and consistent participation. Voting windows are short, and once they close, rankings stabilize faster than most expect. By the time broadcast day arrives, major shifts become increasingly difficult. Momentum is built before the spotlight turns on. Early votes establish position, and that position shapes how later participation is perceived. Waiting until the final hours may feel dramatic, but it rarely changes outcomes in systems designed to value consistency. This is why staying active right now matters. Daily engagement keeps SB19 visible within the voting algorithm. It prevents stagnation and protects their position against sudden competitor pushes. Each day of participation reinforces the signal that support is active, not reactive. A last-minute rush cannot replace days of steady voting. It cannot recover missed windows or inconsistent action. Real influence comes from showing up repeatedly, following the process, and maintaining pressure over time. Consistency may not feel flashy, but it works. In competitive voting environments like Music Bank, quiet discipline outperforms loud panic every time. This is the phase where structure matters most. A Music Bank vote may look small on the surface, but globally it represents far more than a chance at a trophy. It's a signal, one that tells the industry who is being supported, from where, and why. For Southeast Asian artists especially, visibility in traditionally closed systems has never been automatic. It has always been earned through persistence and proof. SB19's presence challenges long-standing assumptions about where global influence comes from. Their rise is not powered by regional dominance or legacy media access, but by fans actively choosing to participate. This is not company-driven success, it is fan-powered careers unfolding in real time. The industry has a long memory. Voting data doesn't disappear after a broadcast. It becomes part of internal discussions, future comparisons, and long-term evaluations. Artists who demonstrate repeatable global engagement are remembered, not just for wins, but for patterns. SB19 is becoming a case study the industry won't ignore. Not because they bent rules, but because they worked within the system and still stood out. Every vote strengthens that record. It reinforces the idea that global audiences can shape outcomes, influence narratives, and redefine success without waiting for permission. If you want your support to count, accuracy matters. Here is the official process for voting for SB19 on Music Bank. Download the official Music Bank voting app from a trusted app store. Avoid third-party links or unofficial platforms. After installation, create an account using valid credentials such as an email or supported login method. Complete account verification. This step is essential. Unverified accounts may not be counted regardless of voting frequency. Follow the in-app instructions until verification is confirmed. Navigate to the Music Bank voting section during active voting periods. Search for SB19 in the list of eligible artists, select them, and submit your vote. If daily voting is open, repeat this process each day. Consistency matters more than volume. Vote early rather than waiting until the last minute. Use only official platforms. Enable notifications so you don't miss active voting windows. If this update helped you understand what's really happening inside Music Bank voting, support SB19 the right way. Like this video, subscribe for